Okay, we're rolling. Anyway, are you gonna talk or am I gonna talk? Good up. Scoot over a little bit. Scoot closer. Scoot up. Like up, but like this way. He doesn't know anything about YouTube.
4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, guys? We have Diamond here too.
Hi. Hey, Vine.
I have a full
Squat.
team with me. The only people I honestly know. Okay, but anyways.
So what are we talking about?
What
today?
is up? Okay, Diamond just told me that in my videos I do this a lot. And I just did it! What? What's up, guys? What? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? I want my money, Byron!
Ew.
Can you sit up like a man? I have introduced him before. This is my brother, also my aggressor.
You're annoying.
Tell us.
My name is Zoe.
Okay, I'm pissed off. So, I've been going to the International Church of Las Vegas for like 2 years, and I just started bringing him like about like a few months or like a year ago. And the youth pastor decided that out of nowhere he wanted to call my brother Zoe when there is absolutely no Z in my brother's name. His name is Alfonso.
Yes.
I don't know where Zoe came from.
Alfonso.
Your name is not spelled Alfonzo. It's
But still, like, that's where he got it from.
Alfonso.
That's where he got it from, though.
I know, but it's still wrong. There's
It
no
is.
Z in your name. So if you want to tell us your name again. And this is my brother. He's 2 years younger than me. And the reason why I have him in this video is because, as you can tell, I have a new feature in my face. And I got my
Thanks to me.
I got my stitches out already, so it doesn't look that bad, but I'm gonna put a video where you can see like how bad it was.
What do you have to say?
He's graduating. This is actually so funny to me.
No?
She said we're missing it still.
Oh.
But basically, he threw something at me.
I
Just sibling things, you know? And then he busted my eyebrow open and my eyelid, so I had to get like 8 stitches. I had 2 up here and 6 down here. But yeah, we're just gonna tell the story of how that happened. And then obviously we're gonna get my perspective. And then I wanted to get his perspective too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I want to know what the heck you were thinking when you threw that. That's the first thing I want to know.
You start or I start?
So I start. I'm the victim here. So
Sorry.
we go to church every Wednesday for like the youth service, and we usually get there around like 3. We have prayer, and then we have our leadership meeting from like 4 to 5. And then this time, so like last week, this happened May 2nd. Our leadership meeting ended at 4:30, and usually after the meeting we all like hang out for a little bit, like help set up like the building, like the chairs and stuff, and then we go out to eat. So this past Wednesday, I wanted to go get Mexican tacos. I was super excited. I was gonna go hammocking with my friends until the service started, and we're just walking around trying to make plans. But as we are all trying to make plans, there's a few boys that are trying to throw away a sign that we had taken down from like the cafe area of the building. And it's like this huge like wooden plastic sign. And it was like orange and white and black. And they had broken it, not into small pieces, but just into smaller pieces so they could throw it away in the dumpster. And so my brother decided that it was fun to throw them around. Right?
Yeah.
He was just throwing them around. I don't know why. He was just throwing the smaller pieces around before we threw them into the dumpster, and I'm inside the building making plans about where we're gonna go eat, where we are gonna go hammocking, and then I'm just on my phone. I don't even know like who I was texting someone, and I'm walking out of the door, and the first thing I feel as soon as I walk out the door, it's just boom, like right in my face. Like it literally felt like when you get hit with a basketball like in the face, but like 10 times worse. And I got like cut a lot, but I didn't feel like any cuts or anything. Like I just felt like something hit me really hard, and I throw my phone. I fall on the ground, and I'm just on the ground like bawling my eyes out, like covering my eye. And so like there's people there because we had just gotten out of the leadership meeting, and people are like, nah. Well, he comes up to me first, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Get the heck off of me! Don't touch me!"
Yeah, she was mean.
Well, yeah. And then I was like having him not touch me, and then people were
She
coming.
punched me in the face.
No, I didn't, you liar. You wish I had punched you in the face.
No.
So then a bunch of people are like coming up, and they're like asking me like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just crying. And then my friends Ashley, Emily, and Sarah come up, and they convinced me to take like my hands off my eye. And I just kept holding on to my eye because even though it didn't get my eye, I just got my
She
eye.
thought her eye was gonna fall off.
No, honestly, it didn't get my eye. I just got all this area right here, and I have like 2 scratches down here. But I thought that if I opened my eye, I wouldn't be able to see. Like I was literally so scared that like I was gonna go blind because of how much it hurt. So my friends finally convinced me to move my hand, and once I moved my hand, Ashley goes, "Oh gosh, we have to take her to the ER." So I start freaking out because I guess like I was bleeding a lot. Like if you go to the area where I was on the ground, like there's literally like blood stains on the ground. But I didn't feel any like blood on my hand. So when she said, "Oh gosh, we have to take her to the ER," I didn't know what was happening. But I also can't see blood because I'll like throw up. Like I'll just get so nauseous, and it's like blood in like heavy amounts. So they like pick me up, they take me to my car. Ashley's driving my car, and they take me to the nearest hospital. And then when I get there, I like see how bloody my hands are, and I start freaking out because I can't see blood. So I was literally freaking out, like, "Don't show me, don't show me, don't show me." And then I go into like the room, and the nurse is like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to give you stitches." And at this point, I still haven't seen my wound. Like the girls have been taking pictures and videos, and like I haven't seen how like busted my eyebrows. Like this whole area was open, and at this point I still haven't seen my face. And she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to give you stitches." And I was freaking out because I have never had stitches. Nothing like this has ever happened to me. And then they put like 8 stitches on me. They put 2 right here, and then 6 going down my lid. And then I saw a picture, and I was like freaking out because this whole thing was just open. It was just so weird because I was just trying to get some Mexican tacos. I was just trying to go hammocking. And then next thing I know, my eyebrow is busted open. But then after that, everything was fine.
Yes.
Stitches came out super fast. Like 5 days after, which was like yesterday, I got my stitches out. And it's healing pretty well. I mean, I'm probably going to have a scar. I'm going to put like a lot of like lotion on and like stuff to try to minimize it as much as I can. But I had a black eye for like 3 days. I still kind of have a scoop. I still kind of have a bruise like along my eyelid, and then I have a bruise right there. But I'm fine. My vision wasn't affected. Like it doesn't really hurt anymore. At first, I couldn't even like raise my eyebrows without it hurting. So you're lucky that you didn't kill me. But so now you can tell us what you were thinking before this all happened, like when you were just throwing stuff around, like what?
Well, first of all, I wasn't throwing around anything. I was just kind of like, there's a palm tree in front of the entrance to go into the building. There's a palm tree, and we were hitting the palm tree with those signs, or I was, because I was really bored. And so I just wanted to get, I don't know why, but for some reason I just felt the need to hit it a little bit harder than I was usually hitting it. and I didn't realize that I didn't have good grip on it, and so it literally just flew out of my hand, perfectly timed, hit her right dead in the eye, and it was just something like straight out of like an Avengers movie. Like I felt like Captain America there for a second when I hit her.
Well,
in the
Captain
like
America
that.
doesn't
Yeah.
bust people eyebrows.
Well, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't
Right,
done on
right.
purpose. She literally walked out perfectly just as I was throwing it, and I hit her dead in the face.
So when I was like on the ground, like crying, what did you think?
I was like, "What's going on? What did I do? What have I done?"
What did you think I was faking it?
For a minute, I thought you were faking it. Yes.
Well, it's
I thought you
because
were-
sometimes he'll hit me and I'll pretend like
She
I'm
would be
crying.
Like, she's
to...
like dying or something. I'm like, bro.
I do this with him and our younger brother too. He's 7. Like they'll hit me and then I'll just like go like throw myself on the ground and pretend like they really hurt me just so they feel bad for a second. So that's probably what he thought I was doing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just fell to the ground and started crying and I didn't realize that like that had happened. Like I thought I was just gonna have like a bruise.
You weren't even crying, bro. You were screaming. You
And
were
so
like-
I guess I was crying so hysterically that people thought I was laughing. Like my 2 pastors were there.
Brian thought you were laughing.
Two
too.
pastors were there and they both thought that I was just laughing. So
Yeah.
they didn't even come up to me to try to help me. What did you think when like you saw the blood? Because I was covering my face and
I didn't see any blood. I didn't.
because you kept saying she's fine, and everyone's like, well, why is she on the ground crying? And you're like, she's fine, she's not even bleeding.
Yeah,
like,
because I didn't see any blood because I was thinking she's either holding it, it's not a lot of blood, or she's holding the blood, and I thought that right when she got hit, I was thinking like blood would just like splatter everywhere. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wait, there's no blood because she was holding it with her face, so I was
her
like.
hands.
Right when right when I saw her and she started yelling at me to get off of her, Brian came back and he said, "You need to go right now." And I literally just grabbed my stuff and I ran behind the building because I was scared.
What did you do behind the building?
We were throwing away the signs.
Did you cry?
No. But I felt really bad though. Like I felt when I was with Christian and
Colin?
and then Collins and I think Brian and Dana were also there. They were like, "Oh, it's gonna be okay, bro. It's gonna be okay." And I was like, "No, it's not gonna be okay. I'm gonna be in so much trouble." But I was.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was at the hospital, you called me like 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is he calling me? Like, leave me alone. But I'm glad that I had like time to like calm down, because the moment that you came up to me, like as soon as I fell, I was so mad. That's why I was like, get the heck off of me.
Yeah.
But then while I was like getting my stitches and all that stuff, I was like, you know what? It was an accident and he probably already feels bad, so I don't need to like guilt trip him even more.
I felt pretty bad.
Yeah, so I was just like, whatever. But then when I came back to church to pick you up,
I was like, "Dang, dude."
people were making comments. And I was like, leave my brother alone.
What did they say?
Well, no, they weren't making...
What were they saying?
No, it was like, oh, Alfonso, this is your fault. And I was like, no, like, stop saying that.
I
Like,
don't care because I know it was an accident. I
yeah.
didn't do it on purpose, so.
But regardless, now you should know that you need to act like a normal teenage boy now.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, there needs to be precautions, because, like, what if you would have hit someone else? Like, we could have been sued.
Yes.
Like for real. I mean, I could still sue you, but you ain't got no money. But I'm also kind of glad that he hit me instead. Yeah, that he hit me because one, like, instead of hitting somebody else, or that it was him, not someone else, that hit me, because I would have been really mad. My parents would have been really mad. Whoever else he would have hit, their parents would have been really mad, and it just would have been a whole bunch of like drama. But I'm glad it stayed like between us, because nothing like wrong. Like there's no drama.
It's
like
just sibling.
it's cool. And also it's like payback. Because when we were little, we were fighting over a toy. We were fighting over a toy, and I literally snatched it from him and just hit him, like right in the head. Just bah!
And then I fell off the bed.
But it wasn't as bad though, because he didn't need to get stitches. And I just told my mom was home. This is when we still lived in Puerto Rico. And I was like, he just fell off the bed. I don't know what happened. Oh, but also it was so bad, like how hard he hit me, because I had pieces of wood like in my skin.
No, like
And-
I threw it hard, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, and that like folding, I had pieces of wood, like the nurse had to tweeze them out, and I guess like along like my bottom lash line, like I had pieces of wood in there too. She had to take those out. It was pretty gnarly, but
Sure was.
all this to say is that if you're thinking about working in a youth group, don't do it. Because your eyebrow will be all busted. But honestly, after, I was thinking about vlogging that day. I was thinking about vlogging that Wednesday, and it would have been so funny if I would have like caught it on video.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty
That's
funny.
what Christian was asking that. So, did anybody caught it on video? And I was like, bro, why are you asking that?
But I wanted to do this story time because I think it's pretty funny now, actually.
It is.
I think it's funny. Now that my stitches are out, it's funny. While I still had my stitches,
I thought it was funny when it happened.
Cut.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, so I'm fine. So that's good. I didn't get a concussion. My vision wasn't damaged. My face is not gonna look ugly. That's a good thing. I was actually, guys, like really worried about that. Like the day after everything happened.
She thought her eye was gonna be hanging from her socket. Like,
no, but I was like so upset. Like the second day I was actually so upset. I was like, because I had to have like a big gauze like over it, and I had to like still go out and do stuff, so I just felt so ugly like the whole time I had my stitches and the gauze. But it actually looks really good, and I look cool with a scar, I guess. But yeah, so
I told her, I was like, she's gonna have a mean scar right there.
I mean, I'm really gonna do everything that I can to not have a scar or like minimize it as much as I can. And like this 2 scratches I have right here. And the good thing is also that it didn't cut my eyebrow. So like I'm not gonna lose any eyebrow hair either. That's good because I was really gonna have to tattoo my eyebrow. But I hope you guys like this video. If you guys have like any crazy sibling stories, you could comment them down below, I guess. Is this what YouTubers do?
Tell us.
Interaction, like viewer interaction. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Click the hook button down below. Subscribe.
Don't forget to turn on notifications.
Don't forget to turn your post notifications on for a post notification shout out.
Yes.
Well, I'll see you next week. He won't be in my video next week.
Why not?
Unless you bust my other eye open.
How do you know?
Peace.